Game of Thrones, the season finale with season 7. 90s, I'll let you go first, man. What did you think about it, man?
Oh man, like so we're doing spoilers, right?
Yep.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Killed a fucking Littlefinger. Death to
Mm.
Littlefinger. Killed that motherfucker.
Mm.
In the most punk bitch way possible.
I mean, how so?
I mean, he's basically begging for his life.
Yeah, you got a point. Like he's
Like, and that I'm gonna be honest, that felt completely out of character for Littlefinger.
well, no, you got a point at the same time. But he didn't have. Littlefinger operates on the fact that he has men that can operate for him in the shadows and
True,
stuff like
but
that.
Littlefinger always seemed like such a smart character from the first episode. Even if he got caught, there was. First of all, why did he admit openly, like, "Oh, you killed my aunt"? Just say no.
Why
Like,
did she,
I deny that charges. I don't understand what you're talking about. He should have denied everything she threw at him. Where was the proof? What? Because some kid. Like, I understand context of the show, and we as the audience, we know he did it. But everyone else has no immediate proof except for Sansa, and that's it. It's a hearsay of one person. Could have easily made it up, and she was abused multiply. He could go on that argument, and then with Braun, who's just this some creepy cripple. Like,
right.
who's gonna believe him?
Well,
Like, I know the Lords of Winterfell, but he should have been like, Lords of the Vale, are you gonna put up with this? They're accusing me. And the Lords of
well,
the Vale could have easily. I know, even the Lords of the Vale like will not do it. I'm like, I am the head commander. I know. There's just so many like, and then even when he's caught, even when he has no, the Littlefinger I knew would have just booked it and ran.
I mean, he's got nowhere to run. Where the hell are you gonna run?
He could run for a long time, you know.
Like, if there's all those soldiers in the room.
I know. Or he just, or he just didn't seem like he was the begging type. Honestly, ever since season 4, because they don't have the books to go off of, it's been getting steadier, more fan servicey. But this one kind of felt the most.
I mean, didn't they go off the books like season 6, like around season 6 or season?
It was more like 4 or 5-ish. So yeah, it's been
Oh.
kind of off the books for about 2 seasons now.
Okay. So 90s. So how do you like the season overall?
Oh, the season was great. And I don't know if I said it before, but I didn't actually see most of season 6. So I'm actually gonna go back and watch that now, try to figure out like what did I miss from the lore and all that stuff, like certain little details that popped up in this season. And man, like the dragons were great, like the White Walkers, like everything is about to come to a close. It's gonna be so
Mhm.
short because I think the last season is the final. I mean, the next season is the final season, and there's only 8
Yep.
episodes. So man, this is gonna be epic. Like the White Walkers are fucking tearing down the wall. Like there's some lore out there saying that when they tore down the wall when they were marching,
Mhm.
that they formed the shape of like the lion head from I think it's the lion's head. Yeah, the lion head from the north. The emblem they have.
You mean the wolf head of the
The
north?
wolf,
Because the
yeah.
lion,
I messed up.
the lion is House Lannister, and
Yeah, I knew something was off with that. But yes, the wolf. They said that it formed the shape of the wolf's head and that supposedly Bran is actually the White Walker King and he's like stuck in that body as well. Like he's
right.
at 2 different places at once or something like that.
How much do you hold to that theory? Like, how much do you
Not
think it's
much.
okay?
But I will say this much. Like as much as people hate Bran, I just can't wait till this next season because I feel like he's gonna do the most epic fucking redemption right there because they put him there in a position where it's like, why are you here? Why are you getting paid for this being in this show? Like you do nothing. So whenever they do that in TV shows, they usually have this epic moment where they get to redeem themselves. Like even what's his name? The guy with no
Theon.
balls.
Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, he had a nice it wasn't as big as everybody would want it to be, but he had a nice redemption arc
Why?
where he
Like,
gets
it was
himself.
perfectly suitable. He showed he was the alpha male despite having no balls.
Literally.
Like, no, I mean, like, honestly, he should have balls. He just cut off his penis.
Well, I don't know. They never show what he cut off, right?
They did show he cut off the penis
No, they didn't. They didn't
because I
show
sent it to him. I literally sent it to his family.
Man.
But you don't actually see what's in the box. You
Oh,
just
whatever. Fine, sure,
Bah.
whatever. He's been unsullied at this point. Who cares?
But even
Um,
like the
even with
Unsullied-
that, even as that, it was showing the fact that it was an applying back to what he's like, what is dead may never die, kind of drowning God moment of like, fuck you, we're doing this for Yara, not for me. I'm Theon Greyjoy and a Stark,
right.
where he gets that added bit of courage. So he stops being Reek for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Mm.
I kind of forgot about that, honestly.
A quick question. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, okay, with the Unsullied now, do they have their dicks cut off, or do they have just their balls cut
They
off?
have never technically gone into it.
Yeah,
No,
because I think
they have both
Te-
cut off. Because think about the scene where I can't remember the handmaiden's name or whatever.
Missandre.
He's got a nice body, man.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I saw her in Skins, the TV show.
Oh shit, she was in Skins. I forgot about that.
Yeah, she
You
had
mean-
that pink top on and she did the stretch. I'm like, oh man, she looks better.
That
than
was that was being human. That wasn't Skins. That was being human.
no, that was
oh.
Skins.
No, it's being human.
Okay,
Well,
sure.
no, I'm sorry, not Skins. It was Misfits. My bad.
Oh,
yeah.
damn. I only
Mis-
see Skins.
Okay, fuck, I messed up. Yeah, it was Misfits. Yeah. The fuck, I'm thinking of Being Human. I'm thinking like the vampire fucking show. My bad.
All those British shows, they blend in together after a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's but back to her nice ass. Yeah. So yeah, she looked really fucking good, in it. But so I think they have because a definition of a eunuch is just somebody who has their testicles cut off, right? Not their penis, right?
Well, I would
Yeah.
assume that, like, since they did have sexual intercourse or whatever, because he just ate her out, I would assume that he doesn't have either one. He's just sitting there like a Barbie doll or a Ken doll, I should say.
Well, when she pulled his pants off, she did have a look that he may have something down there. Like he may have something. I
I mean,
think.
wouldn't she just make that look regardless?
I mean, she don't want to look horrified. She don't look, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? She don't want to make him feel bad, you know.
It's like, yeah, it's like he could have been well endowed. He could have been little. He could have had nothing at all. So I don't know. I think she's gonna make that face regardless.
Maybe. So I mean, did you like the whole thing with the ice dragon coming in and breathing? I guess blue fire. I guess.
Oh yeah, I saw that coming. And the one thing I guess I didn't see coming is the fact that they tore down the wall. I don't know why that it didn't click in my mind because it was supposed to be like some magic behind it or whatever. But I guess since the dragon is magic, and I guess are the White Walkers magic themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I guess magic fight magic or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of shocked me as much as people look at it and it's like, oh yeah, of course the dragon's gonna tear down the wall. Like, what else could? But yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that everybody's still alive because I do want to see those characters, the Wildling King, or the Free Folk as they like to call themselves. As I said, yeah, they did the march on, and I'm hoping that that theory remains true with Bran, or just something involved with him and the Ice King because he's just sitting there. He knows everything. He knows the past and the present, and I'm pretty sure with all that he can figure out the future.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because that's what people were saying. Because, like for instance, like so he was marching his whole army towards the wall, and that's when he ran against Jon. And then, so it's like, did he know that Jon was going to call for Daenerys, and then Daenerys was going to come with dragons, and that he was going to get to kill one of the dragons to get that dragon to tear down the wall? Like, did he already know that beforehand? Because can he see the past, the present, and the future, just like Bran can? You know, I know it's just very interesting.
Man, that's another way to entangle that thing. But go on. I think you're about to add on to the theory.
And then I mean, you do see him like kind of do his whole thing, his Dr. Manhattan whatever thing.
Oh yeah.
And then people think, well, with the crows, maybe that he was just seeing with the crows, but maybe he was controlling, like maybe he is the Night King and he was marching an army to tear down the wall. I mean, it's very interesting. Maybe the whole thing is all just in one big circle. Maybe he becomes the Night King to start the war, to just get rid of the whole
borders.
kings and just to unite everybody because people come together over one big common threat. And maybe that's the whole reason why, and maybe they'll have to kill Bran to get rid of that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it would be very interesting. I think. I mean, I'm not sure how much. I mean, I'm kind of theory wise, I'm 45% into it. I think I'll give it 45%. That's about it.
I think I'll pretty much say that. Like I'll do a 50-50, I guess.
50-50. And let's get to another big moment in the episode when so John got that good aunt pussy, and so so he basically fucked his aunt. And I love how they were like, while Samuel Tarly, he's coming back to Winterfell to help out John, and he meets Bran, and that whole interaction was just really funny, by the way. I think, you know what I mean, where like Bran already knows he's in the room before he even introduces himself, and then here he is coming, and then Hassan was like, "Oh, hey, how you been? So what were you doing behind the wall?" He's like, "Well, I became a 3-Eye Raven." He's like, "Oh, cool. I don't know what that means at all. I don't know what that means, but great for you, I guess." And
so he's
how
like
he tells him,
he's like
"Yeah, go ahead."
their era of like a crackhead at that point. It's like, yeah, so yeah, that's some good drugs you got there, buddy.
I mean, nah, he's way too mellow to be a crackhead. I mean, hey, Dust. So what'd you think about that whole thing about John and Daenerys finally getting together? I mean, what did you think about that?
It's still creepy, man.
It is the way they set it up too.
Yeah, it's creepy all around. The great theory, I think, honestly, from G.R. Martin, is that he's slowly making the populace okay with incest.
And
that's my grand theory. Started off with Jaime and Cersei, and they're like, "Oh no, that's creepy as shit." And then you're like, "Well, what about this alternative?" And you're like, "I guess against that, it's all right."
Hey, this is actually becoming like more of a big thing now. I don't know if it's because of him, because Game of Thrones has been around for a while, but like other TV series, especially in this time period, I guess, like the stuff that happened back then, it makes sense. They're showing a lot of incest.
Yeah.
Like
it happened.
Every few TV shows has incest now.
I mean, it happened, whether we like it or not.
Name 2 other shows that have incest in it.
Off the top, because I don't watch them. Off the top of my head, because I make fun of one of my friends for like, "Oh yeah, this new show you're into, does it have incest in it?" The Man in the High Castle, I think, and
okay,
Penny Dreadful, I think. Like those are just 2, I think. Like I said, I haven't watched either one. Well, actually, I watched Penny Dreadful. Like a good 4 episodes.
I haven't seen Man in the High Castle incest yet, so.
Yeah, like I said, I could be wrong on that one, but I think Penny Dreadful for sure.
There's also like an Australian like trash like crime show, I guess, that was a movie first that they talked about. That one also had incest on it.
Okay.
I don't know, man. It's just weird all around. I mean, I thought it was. I mean, yeah, man. It's. I don't care. Like when people are like, "Oh, there's such a good match," and this was back in that time. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like Daenerys won't care.
It's still weird.
Daenerys and the Targaryens, because the Targaryens have been marrying their sisters. I mean, Aegon broke new ground by being like, instead of banging one of my sisters, I'm gonna bang 2.
Man, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, they did. Like Aegon the Targaryen broke rule by marrying two women. He married both his sisters, and yeah, and you're like, damn, dude, Jesus Christ. But I guess if you're the conqueror, you can do what the hell you want.
I was about to say that, man. Yeah. It's like it's a different world. Like
different world, different rules, man. But with this, Jon immediately is going to be mortified.
Yeah.
The minute he learns that, like, I just fucked my aunt. Yeah. Like, if I didn't have enough psychological things on it, oh, she's my aunt, and oh, I'm not just king in the north, I'm the legit heir.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Also, I was kind of disappointed by the name. I thought it was going to
be... Yeah, everyone thought it was going to be something else, but...
Like Jaehaerys or something. I thought it was going to be like Jaehaerys or something. More closer to John or something.
His name is Aegon because they're egging you on. You see?
But... It also... it's also like, I guess, a run over from the plot that in the books there was... in the books there's an Aegon Targaryen going around, saying that he's the actual Aegon Targaryen. That was the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lady Martell. He said that he was switched in the crib by a Blackbriar baby, and that he was saved, and that the guy who switched it is the guy who's been his stalwart this entire time. He was there at the time to vouch for him. He meets Tyrion at one point, and then I guess currently in the books, he's going to sail to Daenerys so he can like propose a marriage. Like, hey, let's get married, then we'll go. You can have all my fleets because you need them, and we'll go conquer Westeros and be king and do what we did as Targaryens.
Because he's part of the Golden Company, right?
Yes, he is part of the Golden Company.
Yeah, which is the big army that Cersei just in the show, she just basically hired to fight on her side.
And the Golden Company, the reason why they're so important is because they were a remnant of the Targaryens. A Targaryen saved like one of the twin swords from Aegon the Conqueror. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately lost it for a long time, but they're supposed to be a Golden Company based on his image, and so it makes sense that they would want to protect the heir of the Targaryen. In the show, when she's like, I'm just going to hire the Golden Company, I'm like, but they won't fight for you. I mean, they may be mercenaries, but it doesn't make sense. And I guess in the books, in the show, they're just another badass company, which kind of loses a little bit of the badassness that it is.
Well, I guess in the show, because they could still have it where the Golden Company, because a lot of them are like people who were exiled from their, Westeros.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it could be like, well, if we think that Daenerys is going to win the war, then we could side with her, and then like she can give us all back our titles again.
That's very true.
And then like, and especially since there's a lot of empty castles, like everybody's fucking dead, so you can just like Highgarden is empty. Yeah. Dorne, that's empty place, like that's practically empty. Yeah. So it's like I could just walk in there and just go like, okay, well this is mine now.
It's also a bit of it's also a bit of a shame they're not going to use Lady Stoneheart. Now at this point, it's long since passed when they could have used it.
Yeah.
I was for certain at one point the Bannermen was going to show up with Lady Stoneheart, and that was going to be like showing how the Freys have been like slaughtered. They could have easily done that. But Lady Stoneheart's not in it, and she'll never be in it. I guess the reason she's not in it is because of Jaime plot and a couple of other things that they decided to change over, which is a shame. And I can understand the Aegon Targaryen thing. And I guess this is a way for them to basically like, look, he's the Aegon. Don't forget the book one, which is a bit of a shame because it's ambiguous. You're not sure whether or not he could be an actual legitimate heir, but most think he's not. It's entirely possible that he's not, and that Aegon really did die. Like it's supposed to be ambiguous, but that's not supposed to be the point.
Hey, Knight, are you interested in like going back and reading the books at all, or?
Oh no, that it's too far gone, man. I don't like it when I'm too late to the party that I have to do a lot of catching up.
Honestly,
there's still one book left. There's still one more book left.
But how many books are there out in total now?
There's
like 5. How many books? There's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, if I would have caught it from the beginning, like I guess I could have read the book because I think I watched.
I mean, honestly, the first 4 seasons is straight from the book. It's like from the gospel, and it's after that they run out of books, and then they have to just kind of make up from the outlines that he gave them. I mean, they already have the ending. They know apparently they know how it's going to end. The Game of Thrones. They've known for a while, because he's like, in case I die, because I'm old. If I die, this is how Game of Thrones ends. He is apparently releasing 2 books fairly recently. One that's going to continue it, and the other that's just a Targaryen history book, basically.
Yeah.
Like what the Targaryens, what is their line of history, which is interesting because we've gotten very little. But honestly, I don't care. I'm just going to be honest. At this point, like I imagine once Game of Thrones is over, no one's going to go back and read the books except for the diehard fans who feel, I guess at this point, they feel a little cheated because a lot of this feels fan servicey, despite how good it is.
I think, I don't know. I mean, for me watching the show, it's made me really, I think Game of Thrones for me personally. I think watching the show, it makes me really want to go back and read the books because I think
I know. I guess for an alternative, it also makes them be like, God, I wish that it was better. For some people, honestly, I think it's doing fine. Unfortunately, there are some a little bit too much Deus Ex moments, especially in that one episode where it's like, what is Benji? Benji, okay, fine. They should have set that up.
Right.
All they had to do to make that Benji reveal better was they were crossing the ice, have a hooded figure on a horse just in the distance watching them from the camera angle. That's all they needed. One scene of that. And so when he shows up later, it makes sense.
Well,
Yeah.
my theory on that is Bran again.
Oh, you think Bran sent Benjen to help him?
Yeah, I feel like that's the best. Like in that situation, I'm like 75% right there because I'm thinking to myself, like, how does he know? Like, is he involved with the White Walkers that he knows that much? Like, how does this whole thing with him work?
Yeah. I mean, I guess because he does live beyond the wall, so he's probably seen the whole army of the dead and the Night King, and so he probably knows because he knows how to fight them. He's got the whole like thing on the chain with fire, so he knows how to fight them.
He
And
lasted a few though.
yeah, and he is part walker himself. I mean, how did he know that they were there at that time and what they? I mean, yeah, like, I mean, I guess Bran is just God. I guess like, well, just Bran. He does everything. I guess.
Man, Bran is like in the fifth dimension.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he basically can just. I mean, he's Dr. Manhattan. He can just do everything. Like, there's nothing he can't do. So, I mean, do you guys have any like big favorite moments of this episode, or?
I don't think I can say a big favorite moment. Like the episode was perfect, if you ask me, man. Like every scene was great. Like the politics, the action.
I was sure that Jamie was gonna die.
Wait, Jamie Lannister?
I
Oh
was-
yeah.
But she gave that head nod. I'm like, all right, it's fine. Let's do it. Let's kill him off. Let's do it. Let's scare the shit out of people.
Well, there's
That would have been, in a weird way, that would have been poetic.
Yeah.
they can't kill him because there's a prophecy that I think it was like
No,
season 1 or 2.
man. The child that's gonna be born, it's gonna die, and she's gonna die of suffocation.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
Well,
Which
isn't
is in the
prophecy-
book, she's not pregnant. And actually, in the books, Jamie has at this point been far away from her. At this point, far removed from her.
in the prophecy doesn't it say that the little brother will kill.
Yes, the little
her?
brother, and technically, she's always assumed it's been the little brother, literal, but Jamie's her little brother.
Yeah.
Technically, she
And
was
so-
first.
So was that baby.
Yeah.
Wait, no, the baby would
Did it?
be.
Yeah.
Would the baby be her brother? Am I losing?
The
No.
baby. No, the baby wouldn't be her. Her brother.
Be a niece or nephew.
And the baby. Yeah, I mean, the baby wouldn't be like if the baby still had siblings, then it'd be a little brother, but it doesn't have any more siblings, so it can't be a little brother.
Who gives a shit? It's not gonna make it anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yes. Is there anything? So there's nothing anybody disliked about this episode particularly, or?
I mean, it was fine for what it is. Did its job. I enjoyed it. Littlefinger death felt a little too clean cut. The guy that should have been always thinking and calculating, he should have suspected this a little.
You got to.
But
He didn't suspect Sansa. Sansa, she finally stepped
okay,
up.
yeah, I
did
know
her
she
thing.
stepped up, and I appreciate it. I don't know what I wanted. I guess it's up to me. I just wanted a little bit more, but I understand it. It was a little allocated for him to beg for it, but I understand. Yeah, y'all desperate. It's got to happen. But yeah, I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. It was good.
All right.
And again, we're on another topic done. Let's keep it moving.
Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know, and if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay tuned.